To Darryl P. / artist in recovery. Took your ass long enough, dude. That's, that's July 1st, 2025. And it's well past midnight. It's about 27 after. Yeah. I was wondering when you were going to be getting off your high horse and actually saying something what was going on. Ron DeSantis is a nut job. And every one of the damn maggots are a nut job at this point. They've already demonstrated it. Their base is already trying to prod. Uh, they're trying to push, prod, and pull the GOP right over a cliff. And Trump is smiling and laughing his ass off. The followers who keep watching Fox News and nothing else, I don't know. In this day and age, with social media being more powerful than it was decades earlier, we're in a situation right now where the darkest nature of our beings are put to the test, actually not put to the test, put into the light and shown as the cockroaches we are. Why do you think I keep calling them maggots in the first place? They replicate like flies. And I don't get where their brains are at. I don't get it. But they're just formed in this way, I guess. And yes, there is a lot of things that were said a long time ago in this wars when we talked about the enemies being this way and that way. You remembered your history about World War II concerning about the prison camps we actually had. Some of them tried not to be that disastrous, but they were. And not to mention the Civil War. Not to mention the Civil War actually had their own worst camps back then, too. Andersonville was one of them. There was a PBS documentary about that one. Done decades ago on it. Even Ken Burns did something about it. Yeah. Yeah, I remember little tidbits here and there. You keep asking yourselves how and why. It's the darker nature of ourselves that we've never gotten rid of. And I don't know what the answer to this one is. Maybe every generation or so we have to go through this. Maybe every 100 centuries. I don't know. But I got a feeling there's going to be a civil war happening on this one. Even if or when the bill gets passed. We're screwed anyway. And if DeSantis wants his future shown to people into his maggot world that he still knows how to govern, he's on his last legs, literally, in Florida. He couldn't do the presidential. He can't renew the governorship. He's termed. But he is sure as hell going to make a mark as much as he can. And the maggots, I don't know. Maybe they get a sick statistical pleasure of doing this damn thing. They've been fed the controversies. They've been fed the crap. And they're thriving on it and turn it into maggots. Do they actually give a shit about anybody else? Apparently not. They already felt that way before we actually had the Trump coming out. But Trump either was a catalyst or something else part of the problem. That still came out. We have tendencies in our history, U.S. history. We are not isolated. We are not unique. But we have got the uglies out like crazy. Our own history on how we dealt with the ancestors of the Indian nations out there, of other colonies, of how we dealt with Canada, French Canadians as well, how we dealt with a lot of people. I don't know what the hell was wrong with us. Manifest destiny or something. There could be something. I don't know. But every so often we get this darker nature we have to keep showing to people left and right. Even the civil rights era. Back in the 50s and 60s when they were marching, in the 60s basically, and had riots in different towns. They had riots. Darryl, I had seen some of the ugliness in the riots we had out here when four Los Angeles police officers beat the shit out of one guy, drunk and stupid. But their own racist tendencies that were already inside the LA Police Department during those days, back in the 90s, 1990s. I was already well aware of it. I was already well aware of it. We had the uglies back then, and we had portions of Los Angeles getting torn apart. Portions of the city and county. Yeah, I remember those days. And they were pretty damn violent. Well, we actually had a National Guard patrolling. Unarmed, but they were patrolling with weapons. Show of force. For civil unrest. Yeah. We have it in ourselves. And this is the time when it starts bubbling out again and starts raising holy hell. And we had to start asking ourselves, how, why? I don't understand. I keep saying it over and over on my channel, Darryl. History, history, history. That's why.